in front of the 5, but not completely cleared it. Here comes the 48 to the inside. The 48 still smoking, 3 wide for the lead as they enter turn 3.
Hey, Brickyard!
Everybody ready, set, go. Rev it up and let's roll. There's a party in the fast lane. Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying. Heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls. Riding in on the stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the sunshine. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Bring it back.
Welcome to NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series Racing from Indianapolis. Telecast presented by Golden Corral. Plenty of storylines will be following today. Let's go to pit road and Kelly Stepps.
Jamie McMurray won this race back in 2010, but get this, yesterday he said he thinks this car is even better than the one he had back then. He starts third and will look for an opportunity to make a move early. Parker?
Indianapolis Motor Speedway is not known for being kind to rookies, but Daniel Suarez is not any rookie. In his first start in the Xfinity Series, he finished third here. I asked him, what does it mean to be racing here? He said, I have one thing in my mind. I want to join the legends of this racetrack. Dave?
It is hard to pass at the Brickyard, making the task for Kyle Larson in the 42 car that much more difficult. He starts 25th. Marty?
Already been an eventful afternoon for Martin Truex Jr. and his team. When he showed up on the grid, he had no race car. In fact, he only got the race car 1 minute before the national anthem. I asked him, did that bother you? He said, absolutely not. As long as it's here before the green flag, I'm all good. Time to get the engines cranked at the Brickyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, now for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome the chairman of the board of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Tony George.
Drivers, start your engines.
Daniel, fired up. Fire when you're ready. Fired up when you're ready. You crank when you're ready.
Jimmy Johnson changed a rear end gear, and so he gave up a 4th place starting position to go all the way to the back for that change. On the outside of row 1, it will be Kyle Busch, inside Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch won the pole, looking to make history as he's trying for 3 in a row from the Brickyard. Field all in line, 2 by 2 behind Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. Green flags in the air. Cars fanning out down the backstretch. The uniqueness about Indianapolis that no other NASCAR track has. There are short chutes between turns 1 and 2 and between turns 3 and 4. A short straightaway.
See right here, Matt Kenseth has Joey Logano up on the outside. That's not where you want to be all day long. Chase Elliott on the bottom of him. Going to take advantage. Joey Logano's going to try to get in behind Chase to keep anybody else from coming.
That's the whole idea. As you mentioned, this racetrack, as you see, Clint Boyer tries to push the issue as well. Joey Logano's going to try to block the move. Clint with an aggressive move, staying on the inside of the 22.
And Clint Boyer making the pass, able to get by That leaves Joey Logano hung out, riding along with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the nationwide in-car camera. We go down the, and we'll continue to call this unique, a unique situation in that you have grandstands on the right and the left as they come down the front stretch at Indianapolis. And he's going to make the pass back on Paul Menard. Paul Menard in the 27, former Brickyard 400 winner. This is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s last shot at a Brickyard 400, as this will be his final year of competition.
Well, it was big news this week. You mentioned it being Dale Jr.'s last start as he comes down and blocks the run of the 3 in Austin Dillon. Well, it was announced this week who would be replacing Dale Jr. in the 88. Alex Bowman is going to get the nod. He's basically a simulation driver at Hendrick Motorsports, runs in the Chevrolet Sim all week long. Last year filled in for Dale Jr. the second half of the season when he was out with a concussion. So that was a big question mark that was answered this week.
And he's chasing after and trying to set up that 4 of Kevin Harvick. We go along to the Jimmy John's on board and watch as Martin Truex Jr. has that second spot now. Welcome back to the Brantley Gilbert Big Machine Brickyard 400. That is Corey LaJoie. No, he's not looking for a parking spot. He hit the wall fairly hard and has brought out the first caution of the day. Take a look.
Yeah, when he comes in the shot, he's already out of the groove. Not really sure why he got out of the groove. He just overdrove the corner, had some kind of problem, but then once he got out, it's so slick, and these guys here lucky to get slowed down. But once you get that far out of the groove, Steve, you're just along for the ride.
Yeah, a disappointing finish to Corey LaJoie's first ever Brickyard start.
And more than likely, we will see these cars get covered up quickly because this storm looks as though it's going to pass through quickly, but because of the lightning, they want to make sure everyone is safe. They have told the people in the grandstands also that there is a storm coming and lightning. And once again, welcome back to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The track drying has gone very well. The drivers are called back to their cars. They're strapped in as we get ready to potentially watch history once again. We mentioned at the top of the show that Kyle Busch going for 3 in a row. Great restart for Kyle Busch.
And we're keeping an eye on Chase Elliott because we just heard a radio transmission moments ago. It sounds like there could be an issue.
Got a problem, like I'm out of gas. William volts, 15.1, like I'm down a cylinder.
Steve, if you're his crew chief, what do you do in this scenario?
Well, I think you heard Alan Gustafson asking about the volts. You have a checklist. Most crew chiefs have an emergency checklist, really. By what the driver says, you kind of go through it. If this, then that. If he says he's down on power, these are the questions you ask. Volts, fuel pressure.
That required a second trip down pit road. There was a hole in the nose just below the Camry logo on the front of Denny Hamlin's car. Here's the replay of him following Ryan Newman down pit road. You'll see him check up real quick. Denny Hamlin makes a little bit of contact there, and just below that Camry logo, that is where the hole was in the nose. They put some tape on it. You can already see that tape not quite holding like they would like it, but Mike Wheeler did tell me they think they got it fixed if that tape can hold on.
Knew he had a problem. They lifted the hood, trying to find and diagnose what that problem was. Couldn't find it, and just last lap, smoke starts rolling out and the engine expires for Chase Elliott.
That's a disheartening.
Kyle Busch looking for his 6th stage win of 2017. It would be second most to the guy right behind him if he's able to hang on. It looks as though he will as he comes in front of the grandstands. And Kyle Busch is going to win stage 1 at Indianapolis. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Kenseth, the top 5, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson, Clint Boyer, and Jamie McMurray all in the top 10. See the speeds as they go through the turn. Saw there Larson 165 as the caution comes out again. It's J.J. Yaley this time, looking as though he has had an issue. Also involved the 33 of Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Short, no pressure behind.
Yeah, that's what
Keep rolling here. Keep coming low.
Reagan
No
jumping
caution
on the
yet. No
outside
caution yet. No caution yet.
of J.J. Yaley, and J.J. had a car right behind him. And
Well, Rick, we talked about a great weekend of events. Well, this race is not letting down because there are so many different strategies and thoughts on how to attack this second stage. Eric Jones, he's going to try to do the whole thing.
You said attack. You said attack.
He's attacking it. The last time he was on pit road was at lap 52.
Eric Jones on the inside. Ryan Blaney was on the outside. Here comes Brad Keselowski in the 2. Three wide behind him. Kyle Busch inside the white line. A lot of smoke rolling out. Looks like the 88.
Smoke coming out the back. We got run into in the back.
Where you see the damage to the nose, a heavy damage to the left front.
And caution comes out again. The radiator out for the 88. His final Brickyard 400 appearance is going to end early. Again, Dale Earnhardt Jr. announced earlier this year he was going to retire from racing full time. And so these racetracks that we either come to once a year or coming to for the final time in 2017, the fans getting their final glimpse of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Those are the moves you have to make. If you're not aggressive, you're going to go to the back. Kevin Harvick had to take that spot. It was aggressive, but he had to do it. The same way Jimmy Johnson had to block Kyle Larson right there. If he doesn't block him, Kyle's going by him. You've got to be aggressive. Kyle's not happy.
Kyle's not happy at all. He's running into the back of the 48 as they enter the turn, and way up the racetrack goes Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, Kyle was not happy with Jimmy Johnson with that block. Moved Jimmy Johnson out of the way. Jimmy Johnson lost 3 spots over it, and more coming with Daniel Suarez.
Has worked his way back through traffic. We talk about how difficult it is to pass at Indianapolis. Well, it does not seem to be difficult for the 18. Kyle Busch's 21 gets loose. He just easily turns underneath him, and to the lead he goes.
And once again, the 18 has swept the first 2 stages. He's the 4th driver to do that in 2017.
This time, though, I think the 78 might have beat him off pit road, Rick. Going to be a tight one.
When we look at the race off pit road, brought to you by NASCAR Heat 2, yes, he did. Martin Truex Jr.
And Rick, the 2 leaders, Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch, that lap right there was a second faster than the field. Those front 2 cars have just unbelievable speed. And it's funny.
Oh, around goes the 17. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. hard into the inside wall. A lot of damage to the front end.
We got turned down the back. Can't see the damage. I think we're going to be done. Yeah, we're done.
He's running 15th. We keep talking about these restarts. We saw the shot a little while ago from A.J. Allmendinger. I'm sorry, from Kurt Busch's helmet, and how difficult it is on these restarts. Side by side with Jimmy Johnson. You see he lost the bottom, but Jimmy Johnson on the outside is just so difficult to maintain that speed with somebody on the outside of you, because aerodynamically all that air is being pulled off your car.
Start on. So they're even. To their quarter. Starting at 22. You roll the bottom of 22 is going to back up jam. It's 48 right here.
You guys, I just asked Kyle Busch a moment ago, what do you want to do here? Do you want to do what we've done all day long, which is let each other in and play nice, as you said, Rick? Kyle said, I think we have to race for it right here. So, Jeff, you called it a moment ago. Time to go for the win in the Brickyard.
Yeah, Martin Truex Jr., see, he's on the bottom all of a sudden. So, you know, there's no more playing. It's time to go. It is. If I'm Kyle Busch, I'm contesting this spot.
Who has the better restart? A drag race into turn 1. Oh, Kyle Busch slides and does the 78. They both go up into the wall through turn 1. Caution comes out.
Lock her down. We're done. KO'd.
Fighting for the spot. The 18 got loose up high. The 78 was loose down low. 78 split up and hit the 18. They both go around. Big flames underneath the hood of Martin Truex Jr.'s car. He jumps out of it. They have fire suppression systems under the hood, as well as in the driver's compartment and in the trunk where the fuel cell is.
Kyle Busch dominating the race and not going to be in victory lane. So this trend of 2017 continues. Here you go. Kyle Busch on the outside. Just rolls up on the outside of 78. 78 gets loose. Just like we saw with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. a minute ago, got loose getting in the corner, could not hold the car on the bottom, gets in the side of the 18. Ty Dillon, great job not running into the side of Kyle Busch. This is racing. This is side by side. I know it's 49 to go, but it's side by side racing for the win. You saw the wiggle from Martin Truex Jr. He just could not hold the car on the bottom without being loose. Had to turn the car to the right or he would have spun out and got into the side of the 18. It's hard racing. It's track position racing. You have to be aggressive. You have to push on these restarts. This is the result when you push, but if you don't, you're not going to win these races.
The winless streak will continue for Kyle Busch. It now goes over a year.
Look at the rear of that car just fold up. Look at this fire. It's so scary. See the window net come down. Martin Truex Jr. right now, even though he's still moving, he sees that fire. He's unbuckling. He's getting ready to get out of that race car as soon as he can get it stopped.
Zone start tight. Tight. Still with the 11, 1 back 77. Just the 11 there, clear by 1.
Outside,
working. 2 back 77, little run.
You see everyone in the top 10, Rick, as you just mentioned. That 1 or 2, they're all on the same strategy. That's not the question mark. But now page 2, lots of questions. Kyle Larson, the 6 of Trevor Bayne. Think about the 95 of McDowell, Almirola, Austin Dillon. All of those cars can make it, and Larson knows it. He's blocking Trevor Bayne in that 6 because he knows that car is on the same strategy as he is.
Green flag pit stop cycling for those that didn't come under that last caution.
Well, and surprisingly, Rick, I had the 42 as a car that was going to gamble, but I was wrong. The 42 came to pit road. They must have thought that 45 was just way outside their window. They could not do it. So Keselowski is still the leader. Jimmy Johnson in second. Casey Kane in third. It was over 20 seconds. Now, with 14 to go, down to 11 seconds. Matt Kenseth, a champion at the Cup level, looking for a ride for next year, trying to get back to victory lane at an iconic race that he has never won. Think of his resume, does not have the Brickyard 400 on it.
And trying to stretch it today on fuel mileage, but obviously, we've got a caution.
Caution on the racetrack. The 14 of Clint Boyer involved.
Hold the brake.
Also the 41 of Kurt Busch. Hard damage to the front of that car.
If you can. Got one coming outside.
And he's up against the wall. It'll be difficult for him to climb out if he can't get that car away from the wall.
I don't see no fire or nothing, but get on out.
See Clint Boyer across the corner, gets loose. Eric Jones is underneath him. Big impact.
You see him crashing down. He's coming up. He's coming up. Coming in the middle. Hold the brakes there, bud, when you can.
Seen that too many times, Rick. That's
as
real as it gets. Big impact. Shoots Boyer back across the racetrack.
Can he clear him by turn 1? Brad Keselowski all over the back bumper of Casey Kane as they go through 1. Down the short chute into 2. Casey Kane now with a 2-car length lead over Brad Keselowski. Fighting for position behind them. But the top 2 separating themselves early on this restart. Here comes the 48, battling back though into 3rd.
Casey Kane has 17 Cup wins. He knows how to win these races. He hasn't won in a long time. Resort back in your brain to when you were winning these races.
Into the wall, right in the front stretch. The 42 of Kyle Larson into the wall, and a caution comes out.
Hold it up here.
Right in the middle of the front stretch, flames from underneath the hood.
Unhook your stuff, you can get out.
See the fluid running out underneath the car.
Yeah, Ty Dillon with a big block, but Kyle Larson couldn't go on any lower. You put Kyle Larson in a position where he was going to lift a wreck, and a lot of some smoke out of Jimmy Johnson's car.
48, smoke rolling out from underneath the car. He's still up to speed. Brad Keselowski with a great restart. He's on the outside of the 5. The 5 wiggles. Up the racetrack he goes, but he stays straight. Side by side again through 2. Keselowski strong.
Jimmy said it was blowing up, Rick.
Keselowski makes the pass. He's in front of the 5, but not completely cleared it. Here comes the 48 to the inside. The 48 still smoking. 3 wide for the lead as they enter turn 3. Brad Keselowski on the outside. Around goes the 48. The 48 blows up and into the wall it goes. The caution comes out again.
You want to know what winning a race means? It means 3 drivers are willing to drive 3 wide into turn 3 at Indianapolis at over 200 miles an hour, where there is barely 2, really 1.5 lanes for racing.
Right here, up into the side of the 2, Jimmy Johnson with huge momentum, with smoke coming out of the back of the car like it's blowing up. Now, right now, Kasey Kahne in lift, and I can promise you, it's been a long time since he's win. He's going to drive it in there. Every one of these guys wants to win a Brickyard 400. The 48 car, very bottom, gets loose. Around he goes. Don't tell me these drivers don't want to win this race.
A car supposedly blowing up, and he was the one that made the move to the inside to try to take the lead going into 3.
That's dedication, that's heart, that's desire, that's wanting a Brickyard 400 trophy for Keselowski, for Jimmy Johnson, both champions. For Kasey Kahne, it's, hey, I'm back.
I just can't beat him to turn 1. If you can beat him to 1, obviously on the bottom we're going to be gone. But he was able to hang on you there fairly decent. So whatever you think, so we just need to have mentality one more time here.
He gets a shove behind him. Green flag back in the air. Caution's going to come out. They're wrecking behind him. Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney. Look at all the damage to the 15. Smoke coming out of the 11.
That's what it is. Denny Hamlin accelerates like the 5's going to go right at the start of the zone. The 5 doesn't go. This is the view. You can see how much movement there is left to right, and then finally the 6 of Jever Bain just gets pushed out of line. So now basically the leader will be decided off from a loop line, the last loop line crossed before the yellow flag was thrown. But it looked to me that the 2 had cleared the 5. So we'll have to get word from NASCAR. But I agree. I think Brad Keselowski is the leader of the race.
And NASCAR has confirmed that the 2 is the leader of the race. So Brad Keselowski will be able to determine if he wants to restart on the inside or outside. Now, the field in the hands of Brad Keselowski. Can he get Roger Penske his first Brickyard 400? Green flag back in the air. Overtime, sponsored by Credit One Bank, is underway. Great restart for the 5 of Kasey Kahne. Can he hold it on the bottom of the track? Kahne gets by him. Smoke rolling out behind the 11. Kasey Kahne in front of the 2 of Brad Keselowski. They go down the backstretch. Still smoke coming out of the 11. He gets up the racetrack. And the 11 goes around. They wreck behind him. Did they get to the overtime line? They haven't got there yet. Has the caution come out yet? Now the caution comes out. The question will be, did the caution come out after he crossed the overtime line? A lot of damage to the 27 of Paul Menard. The 11 of Denny Hamlin. We saw smoke rolling out from underneath the 11. We're going to find out if there's the white flag. We just saw the white flag indicating that they did get to the overtime line before the caution came out. Waiting for an official word from NASCAR, but Keith Rodden looks like he's celebrating. And There's the celebration.
You have to feel good for this team in Casey Kane. With all they've been through.
Just as a wreck was happening behind him coming off of turn 4. So a little bit of luck there, but it was all skill on that restart when he was able to get by Brad Keselowski.
It felt like the restart before that wasn't fair. You heard him say it. He felt like Brad went before he did. He executed perfectly.
He's going to need a quick drink as we go down to Marty.
This is going to be a celebration, Rick. A long time in the making for Casey Kane. Welcome back to Victory Lane. I'm not sure what's bigger, the win here at Indianapolis and winning at the Brickyard, or maybe the win for your career, Casey.
The career is big for sure. The history here and to win at this track is unreal. We used to always be really close. Lost to Jeff, lost to Tony. Just such fast cars back then. And today the strategy got us here. And this Farmers Insurance Chevrolet was great once I got out front. I just had to get there. I'm exhausted. I'm drained. I don't have any fluids in me, but unbelievable win. The team just kept working. Great pit stops. Thanks to everybody at Motorsports, Farmers Insurance, Great Clips, Chevrolet has been huge to us, and yeah, to win at Indy is unbelievable. I wish my son Tanner was here.
You got a date with some bricks right over there.
Yes, I do. I can't wait to kiss the bricks.
All right, Keith Rodden, Casey Kane, this entire team get to go kiss a little bricks, Rick.
That tradition was started by Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.